close your eyes. Move your body, shift your body left and right just a little bit, just enough to reconnect with the boundaries of your physical body. And then let's do 2 or 3 nice cleansing breaths. So go ahead with a nice deep inhalation. Turn the breath and blow it out of the mouth. It's the only time you get to exhale through your mouth in class. Inhale again. And blow it out. And one more time. Nice, deep, full inhalation. Feel the chest expand and blow it out. Now let your breathing just begin to settle down. Feel it as it begins to quiet and just kind of slide into its own rhythm. Shift over so that you're inhaling and exhaling through your nose, unless you have really bad allergies this week or something. And we're going to deal with this tonight already. So we're going to pay attention as people drop the weights over our heads. And then we're going to work on acknowledging it and letting it go. We're not going to be able to stop it, but we just acknowledge it and ignore it. As you're lying there, also, let your mind just kind of free up. We spend, well, I'll speak for myself. I spend a fair amount of time on any given day reviewing and editing what comes out of my mouth. And pushing down things in my brain that occur to me that may not be terribly functional in the moment. Open those doors and let whatever is there sort of have some airspace. It might be emotions or memories, an image, a feeling. Whatever it is, if there's anything, allow it the space it needs to just kind of bubble up, and when it does, go ahead and acknowledge it, recognize it, and then gently, but still with determination, just let it go. Release it. It's not going to disappear. We're not looking for that. We're just looking for a little separation. And again with the weights, but we think of this as intermediate to advanced practice. Acknowledge it, let it roll. All right, as you're lying there, acknowledging whatever it is that pops into your head and letting it go, go ahead and begin that 3-part breath cycle. Inhaling through the nose, drawing that air down to the base of the lungs, feeling your chest expand. And when you can't take any more air in, pausing just for a split second. And then exhale, moving that air up and out of you, steadily, evenly. And when that exhalation is done again, do nothing just for a split second to turn the breath, and then let air flow into you once more. Slow, deep inhalations, turning of the breath, slow, steady exhalations. Turn the breath again and repeat. And as you do that, maybe you become aware of a rhythm to your breath cycle. If you do, that's great. Mentally let yourself just kind of settle right down into that rhythm. Feel the floor beneath you. And feel your breathing helping you to sort of ground so that you feel a little bit more here, a little bit more steady. if at any time a thought or a sound from outside draws your attention away, just recognize it, acknowledge it, and release it. As you continue to breathe, bring your mind to focus on your breath. For some, it's easier to imagine their mind flowing with the air in and out of the body. For others, it's easier just to focus on their breathing, but whatever works for you, go ahead and do that. Stay with your breathing if you can, and when you can't, it's okay. Recognize what's going on, let go of whatever distracted you, and bring your mind back to your breath. As you continue to breathe, take a second, and if your body wants to move in any way, let it move. It may not want anything, but if you're like me and you spend 2 hours in the car every day, there's often something that needs to move before you begin to practice. It might just be a little wiggle of the fingers, or it might be a stretch or a yawn or a twist or flex of the foot. Doesn't matter. Allow your body to guide you. Let your mind sink into your body. Use your breath to help that happen. All right. And then, when you're feeling a little more settled, and you're ready, you can roll yourselves over onto one side or the other, and we're going to come up onto hands and knees. And we're going to do table pose. We're going to do some hip circles, and then cat and cow. And then we'll go from there. So, once you're in table, you choose whether you want your palms down. If you have carpal tunnel or arthritis or it hurts your hands, then just go ahead and do that and let your knuckles stand there. Now, think about where your hips are. I know that's not hard. Take that left hip, and I want you to just bring it back and bring it up and around. Make a circle with your hip. Out and in, I guess, is the best way. Just work that joint. We're focusing on the left, but the right is obviously moving as well. Couple more over on the left side, and then come back to table. Inhale when you're ready, and as you exhale, go ahead with the right hip. Out to the side, back and in. Just making some circles through there, kind of loosening that area up. Now, our tendency is to want to tighten the glute muscles when we do this. Try to see if you can resist that, and just let them relax a little bit. All right, one more time with that right hip, and then come back into table. So you've got your knees hip-width apart, you've got your hands underneath your palms, underneath your shoulders, elbows facing each other, the insides. Nice upward sloping line from the tailbone right up to the crown of the head. Take a nice deep inhalation when you're ready. And as you exhale, go ahead into cat pose, just like a cat arching its back. Tuck your tailbone under, round back and up and over the spine, chin to your chest. Press those hands or palms into the mat so you feel it in the back of your shoulders. And then when you're ready to inhale, let the front of your body release down. Roll the sit bones and the glutes up and back. Bring your gaze forward and then your eyes up, just to help open up the throat. Good. Exhale back to cat. Now you go back and forth. Let your breathing and your body figure out, let it determine how slow or fast you go today. You could stay in one for a long time. You can move back and forth slowly or a little bit faster. Let your breathing guide you. Good. As you're moving, as you exhale into cat pose, feel that stretch up and over the spine. As you inhale into dog or cow, feel the pelvis as it rolls back and up. Feel that throat open up. Okay, a couple more. Okay. And then, when you finish those 2 pairs, bring yourself back to table pose. Cool. All right, we're going to wag the dog now. So I want you to take a nice deep inhalation. And as you exhale, take that left hip and curl it up like you were trying to touch your left shoulder. Look over your left shoulder toward that hip. Inhale as you straighten out and come forward again. Exhale as you wag to the right. So this time the right hip curls up and toward the shoulder. Inhale back. Go ahead and do 3 pairs of these. Exhaling as you go into the curl. Inhaling as you come back to center. And when you've finished your 3 pairs, just bring yourself right back into table. Good. All right. We're going to go up to standing for a minute. So curl your toes under behind you, lock your hands back, and just walk yourself slowly over onto the balls of your feet. Bring those hips up. Good. And just spinal roll up. Great. All right, we're just going to do a standing side stretch, but we're going to do what's called the Hare Krishna modification. So you're going to come into mountain pose first. So for this one, your feet can begin hip-width apart, nice and long up through the body. Tuck the tailbone under. Actually, go ahead and just put your hands right on your ribs, and as you inhale, physically just lift the ribs a little bit so you feel that stretch from the hips up as you inhale. As you exhale, release your hands, chest stays open, crown of the head is up, and you are in mountain. Good. All right, here we go. We're going to bring our weight into our left foot, and you're going to cross your right foot over. You can keep them right up next to each other. The more you push your inner thighs together, the steadier you're going to be. Just try to make sure your knees are not locked. Okay? Now, you're going to take your right arm and you're going to bring it around like this, almost like you were doing Tai Chi. As you inhale next, inhale and bring that left arm up, and we're going to tip to the right as we rotate that big beach ball in front of us. Good. Breathe. Keep your breath going. Okay, good. And inhale back up. Uncross and come back into mountain. Good. Other side. Root into that right foot. Cross the left foot over. Good. This time the left arm is underneath. Find your breath. And as you inhale, bring that right arm up and over and rotate as you tip to the left. Breathe. Three nice breath cycles would be really cool. And whenever you finish that, go ahead and just unrotate. Bring yourself back up and go ahead and step out. Alrighty. Now we're going to work on the hips. So we're going to do a low lunge first. If your knees are tender, you may want to grab a blanket and just use it to put your knee on. Totally up to you. And we're going to, and you may want to have your blocks nearby too, depending on how you're feeling tonight. I'm a huge believer in props because it lets you actually go into the asana and experience it without hurting yourself. All right, so we're going to step forward first with that right foot. And you're going to come down and bring your left foot, your left knee on the blanket. And to begin with, you're going to have your left knee right in line with that left hip. Good. Now, go ahead and just squidge your right foot forward a little bit. There we go. Good. Now you can stay right here. You can use your blocks or not. You can put both hands right here. I want you to take a second and square your hips so that they're forward, because we tend to want to go that way. So hips are forward, shoulders are down. You can stay right there, or if you want to, on your next exhalation, you can bring your hands down and go further into the lunge. Breathe. Good. Great. Find your breath. All right, on your next inhalation, if you've pushed forward into that lunge, bring that front knee back so it's in line or behind that ankle, and bring yourself up. Good, good. And go ahead and bring that right knee back, left leg forward. Same thing. Your foot can be out a little bit in front of your knee if you want. That would be fine. Okay, again, you want to stay right at this level. Just put both of your hands right above the knee and think about pushing down and forward a little bit as you come into the lunge. Otherwise, you can bring your hands down, release forward into the lunge. Hips are balanced forward. Breathe. Good. Yeah. Great. Can you push forward a little bit more into, no. Just push on your leg and bring this knee forward a little bit more. Can you feel that lunge a little bit more? Okay, good. Yeah, are you tight? All right. Okay. Okay. All right, you know your body. All righty, one more breath cycle. And then bring yourself back and up. And we're going to come out of that because we're going to come up to standing. And next up is goddess. Okay. So feet are going to come out. Where are we going after that? Garland pose, right? Yep. All right. I do these class sequences and then I forget what I've put down one after the other. All right. Feet a little bit wider than hip width. Toes out slightly, maybe. Up to you. Find your breath. And on your next inhale, go ahead and inhale up to shoulder height. And then as you exhale, bring your arms up into 90 degrees and sit yourself back. Coming into goddess pose. Now the things you want to think about is the more that you can keep your back straight up and down instead of curved, that's good. And because we're working on your hips, if you want to, you can point your toes out a little bit more and sink your hips into it a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Tuck the tailbone under. Nice. You should feel this in the back and also all the way up through here. big time, yeah. Breathe. Now, if you are back here with your arms and you're like locked in, relax your shoulders and your arms. Good. Okay, inhale and come on up. Good, let the arms down. Come on out. We're going to go into garland pose from here, which is basically a kind of deep squat. So you're going to bring your feet out a little bit wider. Toes are straight forward. Okay. Take a nice, actually, go ahead and tilt your toes out a little bit. I'm not going to force that. Take a nice deep inhalation when you're ready. And as you exhale, I want you to bend your knees and try to bring your tailbone straight down toward the floor so that you're not tipping forward like this. Good. You can adjust where your feet are so that it feels better to you. Okay, so here's the tricky part to this. We're not going to do this tonight. We're going to take our hands, and you're going to bring your hands back and slide your fingers underneath your heels. And then bring your weight back. Breathe. Let the tailbone sink toward the floor. If it's too much on your fingers, then take your fingers out. Just let the tailbone sink down. Good. Keep breathing. See if you can get the crown of your head straight up toward the ceiling. So it means moving your upper body. There you go. Better. Yeah. Just like that. All right, what the heck? Bring your elbows to the inside of your knees. Bring your hands together and then push down and come into prayer and help open those knees and open the hips. So you're really pushing on those legs. Keep breathing. Find your breath. Relax the front of your ankles. Let your weight shift a little bit so that if you're putting an undue pressure on any part of your body, you can take that off. All right, gently release your hands. Bring your hands down to the floor or mat, and then go ahead and lengthen your legs. Turn your feet forward, and then slowly spinal roll all the way up. Okay. Take a second, move around as you need to. Counter pose in whatever way feels good. And then we're going to come down onto the mat. And we're just going to do staff pose. So staff pose is just basically sitting with your legs out in front of you, but it's actually quite a bit more. So, legs come straight forward, soft flex to the feet. Check in and see if you're sinking into your hips so that your lower back's kind of arching out and back. And if you are, as you inhale, don't ramrod straight. Just think about kind of swooping up, letting your spine lengthen. Good. Now, press your hamstrings and your calves into the mat. Take a nice deep inhalation. Keep breathing. You can stay right here, or if you want to, you can reach forward and just put your fingertips over your toes, but don't pull the feet toward you. You're just using that as an anchor. And as you exhale, go ahead and allow your upper body, your gut, your chest, your elbows to soften. Let your upper body release a little bit. And you may find that it tips forward, but we want to stay nice and long out of the hips still. This is actually a really, really wonderful posture for getting all three of the glute muscles in the back opening them up a little bit, as well as your sacrum. Okay. All right, on your next inhalation, release your feet. Sit yourself up, nice and tall. Roll those shoulders up and over and back. Let the shoulder blades rest, like kind of pull in toward each other just a tiny bit, and then rest into your body and down. Good. All right. Come on back up to standing. We're going to do bear pose. All right. So bear pose. Your feet are not right up against each other, but close to each other. And as we're going to tip forward, but as we do, we're going to push our butts straight back. Okay? So it's not a squat, but it's a fold is what it is. So come into mountain for a second. Find your breath. All right, take a nice deep inhalation. Make sure that your knees are not locked. And as you exhale, we're going to tip. And the same time we tip, your butt's going to go back out behind you. And then you're going to take your arms, you're going to bring them out, and you're going to clasp your fingers and stretch forward. Now, if you're like me, you'll find that you're bearing more weight in one leg than the other. See if you can balance that out. Very good. Breathe. Really push those glutes out behind you. This is great for the very top of the hamstrings. Bend the knees a little bit. Okay, one more breath. And then as you inhale, let your arms relax down, spinal roll back up. Good job. What do we think of that? Okay, good. If you like that, you're going to love this. All right. We're going to do a flowing half squat. So let's turn sideways on our mats here. And we're going to take your right foot out and stretch your left foot out. And you're going to come down into a squat. Now, if this is too much for you, get your block, put it on high so that you can sit right on it. Okay? Your right hand is going to stay right down near the arch of your right foot, and your forearm's going to push into the side of your calf. Your left arm is going to just reach out over the top of that left leg, and it's just going to rest on top around your knee-ish somewhere. Breathe. As you exhale, let your hips and your glutes sink a little bit. Be careful. This is a really deep opening through the inner thigh too. I don't want you to overstretch. All right, both hands on the floor. Walk your hands to center. Lengthen your right leg. Good job. All right, left foot points out to the left. Walk your hands over toward the left. Come down into a squat on that side. Okay, left arm comes down, hand right alongside the arch, supporting that lower leg. Right arm stretches out, right over the top of that right leg. Breathe. If you feel any tension in your knees, then bring whichever leg you're feeling the tension in closer to you, or bend your knee. even more. All right, walk both hands to the center in front of you. Turn your toes forward. Are we coming up? Let me see. Oh, well, not really. Okay. Go ahead, walk your feet in a little bit and come down onto your knees. Okay, we're going to do a variation. This is called a Bantu bird pose. I take that back, a Benu bird pose. We're going to come up into a extended hero pose. We're going to keep the left leg right like that with the knee bent, and the right leg's going to go out. You can decide whether you want to be on your heel or whether you want to be with your foot out. If your foot's out, then it helps you open the inside thigh on this leg. Like you can square your hips forward a little bit. Make sure that that kneecap's going straight up. Okay. We're going to inhale up to shoulder tight. And you're going to really push the top of that left foot into the floor, because what we're going to do is we're going to come forward with the arms. And you're going to breathe. And then on your next inhalation, we're going to bring the arms back to shoulder height. Turn your palms back and bring the arms back. Let your chest and your head reach forward. There we go. Nice. Check your knees. Make sure they're not locked. Good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Come out when you need to. Try not to sink down into that left hip. All right, let your arms go, and as you inhale, bring your chest and your head up, and bring that right leg in, up on the right knee. Here we go. Stretch the left leg out. Again, hips forward. Inhale up with the arms. Exhale, bring those arms forward. Reach out through the hands and the arms. Okay. One more breath cycle. And then as you inhale, bring the arms back. Turn the palms back. Stretch those arms back. Open the chest, tip forward a little bit. Open the chest. The gaze forward. If you begin to feel that right foot come off the floor a little bit, bring your weight back a little bit. I don't want any broken noses. Notice what's going on with your body. Make the little adjustments that you need to kind of make sure that your hips are still squared in that direction. All right, on your next exhalation, release your arms and come on out. Well done. That's hard. Everybody okay? Yeah? Okay? All right. Oh, look, a seated pose. Yay! All right. We're going to bend your right knee and bring that foot right here. And then you're going to bend your left leg, and you're going to bring your right foot right to the top of that left leg. If your hip is up off the ground, back here, that's okay. Just grab your blanket and stuff it right underneath your hip so you have something to release against. Good. All right. Hips are forward. All we're going to do, she said, is forward fold. But you're going to keep your hips and your legs where they are, okay? If you want a block to push against As you're going out, feel free. Take a nice deep inhalation, and you're aiming for right in between, sort of angling in here. Exhale, hinge forward. Let your elbows relax. See if you can tuck that right hip in, or your waist inside the hip, I guess is what I want to say, so that you get a little bit of a twist on that side and you open up the outside of the hip a little bit more. Good, great. Keep breathing. Okay, on your next inhalation, use your hands to help yourself sit back up. Release your legs. And now we do the other side. So we're going to bend the left leg, bend the right leg, maybe plant that blanket underneath the right hip this time. Take a nice deep inhalation. And as you exhale, go ahead and just release forward, coming down in between. All right, on your next inhalation, walk your hands up. Remove that blanket if it's behind you. Now we're going to move from here. You're going to kind of roll up and move that right leg behind, and we're going to come into pigeon pose. Okay, so the right leg is stretching back. Your left knee is forward. Remember, the more you bring that leg horizontal in front, the deeper you go into the posture. Good. Take a nice deep inhalation. And as you exhale, come on down onto your elbows. If you feel your body pulling forward and down a little bit, that's fine. Go ahead and roll with that. Let your body roll forward a little bit. Now you can stay right here, or if you wish, you can lengthen your arms out and bring the chest and the forehead down. Good, breathe. And if coming all the way down is not in the picture for tonight, come back up on your hands if you want and do pigeon, something closer to royal pigeon. Good. As you exhale, think about trying to soften and relax the glutes on the left side. I know it seems impossible, but you can. And just thinking about it will allow you to release a little bit, and that will help open. That's where the piriformis is. It helps release that place where the spine, the IT, the piriformis, everything comes together at the edge, outside edge of your hip. Okay. On your next inhalation, draw your head up. Come back up onto your hands. And if you just push back with your arms and bend your left knee, right knee, that left leg will easily come back. And now we bring the right leg forward. You decide whether you want it like this or whether you want it more like this. Lengthen that rear leg out behind you. I actually usually usually curl my toes under and come up into a sort of lunge almost, and then push that leg back until this heel is right in line with the front of your left hip. Okay, here we go. Inhale, and as you exhale, come down onto your elbows. Do a couple breaths here. And then if you wish to, go ahead and lengthen the arms out. Bring your chest and your head right down. Breathe. Good. Couple more breath cycles. When you come to your next inhalation, go ahead and come up onto your hands. Walk those hands back in. Bend that left knee. Let the right leg come back. All right. Next up is lizard pose. We've been working our way forward, warming up the glutes and the hips and groin and everything else. You have a choice here. When we do lizard pose, you can absolutely come forward and leave that rear leg on the floor, okay? Or you can curl the toes under and come up into a lunge in the back. Totally up to you. I try it with the knee down and then see if you really want to go back. So let's bring that left foot forward so that that knee is in line with your ankle and it's a little bit ahead of your chest. Good. Bring both arms to the inside of that left leg. Take a nice deep inhalation, and as you exhale, come down toward your elbows. If both elbows don't go down, that's fine. And in fact, if your left leg has a tendency to kind of bow out, I would say go ahead and take that left arm and just pull that leg right into your side. Stay on your knee if you do that, though. If you want to curl the toes under on your right foot and push up into a lunge, go ahead and do that. That's fine. I find when I do that, I tend to come back up onto my hands just because my hips torque too much. Good. Breathe. Holy moly. Okay. All right. If your toes are curled under on that right foot, uncurl them. As you inhale, go ahead and straighten that left leg. Push your hips straight back. And go ahead and bring that left leg back. Well done. All right. Here we go. Right foot forward. Begin with your left knee and the top of your left foot right on the mat. Both arms come to the inside of that leg. Good. Inhale, and as you exhale, come down toward putting your elbows on the floor. If you want to, you can curl your left toes under, or you can press up and bring that leg up off the floor into a lunge in the back. Good. Good, good, good. Breathe. One more breath cycle. And then take a nice deep inhalation. And as you exhale, shift those hips back, bend the knees, and bring that leg back. Okay, you're all all going to be very happy with me because the last posture in the sequence before we begin to get ready for Shavasana is butterfly. Okay, come all the way down on your backs. Here we go. Okay, on your next inhalation, bend your right knee and bring that foot to the floor. Bend your left knee and bring that foot to the floor. And walk your legs together in line with the center of your body. All right, bend your elbows and bring your fingertips to either side of your torso, maybe right at the bottom of along that angled bottom of your ribs. Keep breathing, and when you come to your next exhalation, allow those knees and legs to open to the sides, the soles of your feet come together, and breathe. As you exhale, think about relaxing not only your legs, but also your shoulders. Feel your shoulder blades just kind of release down into the mat beneath you. Even though you're inhaling and exhaling through your nose, relax your lower jaw, and if your mouth opens a little bit, that's fine. Couple more breath cycles. And then when you come to your next inhalation, go ahead and draw those knees up toward each other. Good. Walk your feet out until they're hip width apart. And stretch your arms straight out from your shoulders, palms down. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhalation, and as you exhale, let your legs just drop over toward the right, rolling onto the side edges of your feet. Inhale back to center. Turn the breath, and as you exhale, let the legs and feet roll over toward the right. Now just keep going back and forth at whatever pace your breath tells you is the right pace for you. It's going to be different every day, so don't worry if it's a lot slower or a lot faster than it typically is. Just let your body guide you. Okay, one more pair, left and right. And then bring your knees back to center. Find your breath again, and on your next inhalation, go ahead and lift that left leg up onto your chest. And then your right leg, knees still bent, bring your feet into a soft flex. Reach up with your hands and just grab your left kneecap with your left hand, right kneecap with your right hand, and go ahead and roll on your back in whatever way feels good. Maybe it's circles one way then the other. Maybe it's left to right, right to left, or up and down the spine. We've done, whenever we do a hip core class, it's a deep class. And giving ourselves the time to just press those muscles out a little bit, get the lactic acid moving, address any points of tension back there is so important to feeling better later on. All right. to center. And you can release your hands. Take a nice deep inhalation. And as you exhale, bring your left foot to the floor and your right, and turn the breath and inhale again. And as you exhale, extend that left leg out and let the foot fall open. Extend the right leg out and let that foot fall open. Bring your arms down towards your body, but still in a space of their own. Turn your palms up, and it's time to get ready for Shavasana. And so, if you want to roll up a blanket and put it under your knees, or cover up with a blanket, or put a block underneath your head, whatever helps you feel the most comfortable, you go ahead and do. All right. And go ahead and just settle in. Okay. All right, Shavasana. I'll talk you in and out, so just go ahead and let go. Shavasana's arguably the most enjoyable part of any practice. It is also the most important, because it's that time that we afford ourselves, and we afford our minds and bodies the freedom to bring everything we've done tonight together. And in doing so, we create a new version of ourselves, a new whole. Maybe it's one that's a little more relaxed, or open, or strong, or resilient. But what is almost always true is that Shavasana helps us create a new whole that is in some way, no matter how small, better off than the whole with which we entered this class. And so as you lie there, feeling yourself sinking down more and more into a deeper state of relaxation, feel your breathing begin to become softer. And feel your entire body just begin to release. Every time you exhale, feel your body just surrender. As you inhale, very gently feel the air fill you, and feel it ever so softly expand those muscles, open them, stretch them, and then as you turn the breath and exhale, feel everything just let go and sink down and out and back. Feel your breathing slowing down. Feel your body slowing down. Feel your mind continuing to slow down. allow your mind to just let go. Follow her voice, focus on that, and let everything, mind and body, just float. Open and light and completely released. Take these last few minutes to just really be one with your breath and to be fully and peacefully in your body. And most important of all, give yourself this tiny little moment to just stop and stay right here in the present, even as that present moves forward, knowing that as you do that, you give yourself a gift that we rarely afford to our busy selves in our busy lives, of allowing yourself just for a moment or two more to simply be. Namaste. And now, as you continue to be in repose, bring yourselves back softly and gently to the sound of my voice, and even with your eyes closed, to a sense of the space around you. Feel the floor beneath you. Feel the gentle weight of your body against that floor. Feel the air moving softly over and around you, and find yourself very gently, very kindly, becoming more aware of your physical body. Just notice what it feels like to be at rest and in repose. We pause and take note of it so that we can find it again when we need it. And then whenever you find yourselves ready, you can begin that process of moving yourself back from that deep state of relaxation to a more present but equally relaxed place. And as you do that, if your body wants to move, let it move. Keep your head out of it. As as you're drawing yourself back to the here and now, let your body guide you. It knows what you need. Take this rare opportunity in our busy days, during which we consistently ignore our body's guidance. Let it actually guide you. Drawing yourself back little by little, and when it feels right, you can roll yourself over onto one side or the other. And using your hands to support you, you can draw yourself up and come back up into an easy seated position in your own time frame. Whenever it is that you get there, place your hands palms up or palms down on your legs or in your lap or in prayer, whatever feels right to you, whatever fits. Close your eyes and let's all take a nice, gentle but deep inhalation. Turn the breath and softly exhale. And as that exhalation finishes, turn the breath and inhale once more gently but fully, this time inhaling all the way up into your head. Turn the breath and let that air just drift slowly down and out of you. And as that exhalation completes itself, allow your breathing just to take over, doing what it does best all on its own. Take a second and thank yourself for coming to class tonight. I know I thank you very much. And then as you find yourself ready, you can open your eyes, keeping your gaze soft and quiet. And I thank you so much for being here tonight. We'll see you again soon, I hope. Namaste. Soon, not next Monday. All right, everybody feel okay? That was a pretty intense hip workout, fairly deep, so keep stretching tonight, drink lots of water. Your body's going to try to flush out a whole bunch of toxins. Let's give it some help. All right, thanks so much for coming. You're very welcome. I hope your friend's okay. Just doing their thing. All righty, good. Great job. That was a lot of intensive, deep hip work, so well done. And I'm so glad you guys came and joined us tonight. I hope you come back and join us. Do you know what happened the other night? I was in the house and I realized at 7:30 it wasn't completely light anymore. I was not happy. I mean, I love the fall and everything, but there's a very quiet and sad moment when you realize you are at the end of summer. And for me, it's usually the slant of the light that does it.